Have you ever thought about how a single moment, one careless glance, one misplaced laugh, can shatter everything you believe about someone? Let me take you back to the night I turned 35. By then, birthdays weren't much of a milestone for me. After I hit 30, they all just blurred together. Quiet reminders that time doesn't pause, no matter how you feel about it. But this one was supposed to be different. Leah, my fiancée, had planned something low-key but special. Just a cozy get-together at our place with a handful of close friends, good food, music, and easy laughter. Nothing elaborate. "This year's just about you, baby," she told me. I had no idea at the time. That night would mark the beginning of something new. It would become the end of everything. At first glance, everything seemed just right. The room buzzed with quiet conversation. Soft music floated in the background, and flickering candlelight gave the apartment a golden warmth. On the counter sat my favorite bourbon, chilling in a bucket of ice. And right there on the table was a simple chocolate cake. The words "Happy Birthday," Marcus spelled out in gold icing. That small detail hit me unexpectedly. It felt intimate, thoughtful. I remember smiling, thinking how lucky I was to have her. Leah slipped beside me, pressed a kiss to my cheek, and whispered, "Tonight's all about you." I felt seen, cherished. For a moment, I believed her. About an hour in, the vibe had settled. People were laughing more freely, drinks were flowing, and everyone seemed to be enjoying themselves. That's when I noticed him, a guy I didn't recognize. Tall, confident, with that easy charm that pulls people into his orbit. He was near the bar, chatting with some of our guests like he'd known them forever. I figured he was probably a friend's plus one. Nothing strange about that. But then I saw her, Leah, making a direct line toward him. At first, I told myself she was just being a good host, welcoming a guest, being friendly. No big deal. But then I heard her laugh, the kind of playful, teasing giggle she only ever used when we were alone, wrapped up in each other. Her head tilted back, just the way she did when she was flirting. Then I saw her hand brush his arm. Something knotted in my stomach. But I forced a smile and told myself not to overthink. Leah was social. Always had been. She liked talking, connecting. That didn't mean anything was going on. But friendly doesn't usually involve letting someone's hand rest on your waist, or leaning in so close that your foreheads almost touch while you giggle and whisper like teenagers hiding from their parents. I stood on the other side of the room, watching it all unfold minute by painful minute. 10, 20, I don't know how long. What I do remember is that I was standing at my own birthday celebration, invisible, watching the woman I planned to marry pour all her attention into someone else like I didn't even exist. Some of our friends started to notice. I saw the sideways glances, a few awkward stares. One of my boys came over quietly and asked, "You all right, man?" I forced a smile and nodded, pretending I was fine. But inside I was breaking. And then I couldn't take it anymore. I walked straight toward them, catching the end of whatever he just said that made her throw her head back and laugh again, her hand pressed lightly against his chest. That was the breaking point. In that moment, I didn't even recognize her. She turned mid-laugh and spotted me. Her smile froze instantly. "Oh, hey, babe," she said, voice trembling slightly. "I was just—" "Who is he?" I asked, calm but firm, my words slicing through the music like ice. She blinked, startled, searching for an answer. "This is Jason. He's a friend of Erica's. Just got back from Thailand. He was telling me about his trip." "Well," I replied coolly, "Jason's welcome to head back to Thailand." The room went quiet. Someone even turned down the music. She gave a nervous chuckle, brushing it off. "Marcus, don't be like that. We were just talking." "Talking?" I repeated, raising a brow. "That what you call putting your hand on his chest?" She reached for my arm, whispering quickly, "Please don't make this a thing." And that's when it hit me. She wasn't embarrassed. She wasn't remorseful. She was just annoyed that I was calling her out. She wanted me to keep pretending, to smile and act like I hadn't seen what I just saw. She expected me to swallow it for the sake of appearances. I took a breath and stepped back. Then, loud enough for everyone to hear, I said, "You know what's funny?" Her eyes widened. She knew something was coming. You forgot something tonight, I continued, steady and clear. You forgot I was standing right here. You forgot whose birthday this is. You forgot who you came here with. And worst of all, you forgot who you're engaged to. Her face drained of color. You're overreacting, she said under her breath. No, I replied, shaking my head slowly, my voice even. If anything, I've been too quiet for too long. Her mouth opened, but I didn't let her speak. I've noticed, I said, the delayed replies, the unplanned weekends away, the way your eyes drift when you think I'm not watching. I just didn't want to believe it. But tonight, you made it undeniable. You could hear the stillness in the room. I looked at her one last time. Really looked. Then I said the words that sealed it. I'm done. Marcus, please, she gasped. I raised a hand to stop her. The party's over, I said. You can stay with Jason. Or go wherever you want. But you're not coming back to me. And with that, I turned, walked into the bedroom, and closed the door behind me. A few minutes later, I heard the front door open and shut. Silence settled in like fog. The celebration was over. I sat on the edge of the bed, staring at the floor, letting the silence wrap around me. 35 years old. I thought I'd be starting a new chapter with her. But instead, I was closing the book. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I didn't fall apart. I just sat there, letting the cold truth sink in. Betrayal doesn't always arrive with fireworks. Sometimes it slips in like a whisper, a slow blade to the ribs when you're least expecting it. By morning, my phone was buzzing nonstop. 17 messages, excuses, half-hearted apologies, blaming the alcohol, saying I misunderstood everything. But I didn't respond, because deep down I knew the truth. If it had truly meant nothing, she wouldn't have done it on the one day that meant everything to me. 2 days later, I packed up her things, left them with a neighbor, and changed the locks. That night taught me a lesson I'll never unlearn. People don't always show you who they are through words.